Today we're going to be learning how to change the oil on your KTM RC390, an integral part in keeping your engine strong and clean for many years to come. Let's get started. Here are the tools you're going to need. A socket wrench with an 18mm socket, both hand wrenches from your toolkit, the smallest Allen wrench from your toolkit, as well as a smaller one we'll discuss later, a funnel, an oil filter, and some oil. I prefer to use Modal 15W50. Any oil will work for your purposes as long as it's 15W50. First, you're going to want to undo these two bolts up front, right behind your front wheel. Then there's three underneath you're going to want to undo. This one on the side uses the larger Allen wrench you have, and taking them off isn't too hard, but putting them back on is difficult. Don't forget to pop out some snaps that hold your lower fairing to your upper fairing, and the fairing should just swing on out. Next, you're going to want to remove the oil drain bolt right here, and then there's another oil screen bolt underneath you're going to want to undo. If you're like me, the socket set you have is stupid and includes everything from 10mm to 22mm except 18mm, which is exactly what you need. Needless to say, I was a bit frustrated. And for some reason, your little toolkit included with the bike does not include the 18mm socket to undo the engine drain bolt, which is probably the most common thing an owner is going to do by themselves, so I don't know why they don't get it in with the toolkit. Anyway, after you undo the oil drain bolt, there's going to be a little screen you just pull right out, and it's going to be loaded with gunk and metal shavings, which is normal for your first oil change. After you get that, undo that other engine drain bolt with your larger wrench from your kit, and it just pulls out. The screen is attached to the bolt on that one. You're going to want to clean these up good with soap and water and make sure they're fully dry before you put them back in your bike. While they're drying, go around to the other side and you can see a little compartment held on by two bolts that says oil filter, and you're going to want to get your smaller wrench from your kit, and it's 8mm, the 8mm side, and loosen those up and pull them out. Then that guy just pops right off and it exposes your oil filter in there. You're going to want to get some sort of snap ring pliers or something that expands when you squeeze it to pull the oil filter out carefully. It's not too hard, but you can't really get your fingers in there to pop it out. The oil filter will be black and nasty and gunky, but that's normal. Get your nice new one. This one's a K&N. I got it off Amazon for about $6 with free shipping, so that's a pretty good deal. I didn't expect that. They are pretty tiny though. I didn't expect them to be so tiny either. You just pop it in there. Be sure to take some old oil and wrap it around the gasket in there to help seal the oil filter on the inside. Then you're going to want to clean up the outside of your cap and the outside of the edge where your cap goes on, so that you can get a nice seal when you screw the cap back on. Carefully put your bolts in. Be sure not to drop them into your pan of oil. I didn't, but I thought I was going to. And when you're tightening these down, just get them snug. They're very easy to over tighten. Then you'll have a stripped bolt, and then you'll just be frustrated. You'll have to go buy a new one. So just snug them up. Get your oil filter screens and put some old oil around the seals of those to help give them a good tight seal when you put them back in. Make sure they're fully dry. I used a blow dryer on mine, and you just screw those back in. I didn't bother torquing them, but I made them a little bit more than snug, and it should be fine. The engine drain bolt screen will pop in a certain way. You won't be able to get it in unless it's the correct way. So just spin it around until it pops in, and then tighten up your bolt. And then you are ready to put the oil in. Go around to the other side again and undo the oil filler cap. Just a few screws and the plastic cap pops right off. Then go ahead and put your funnel in there. Stick it in there. Next, get your oil. This bike takes 1.7 liters, which I used a little measuring cup, and I wanted to get it perfect in there, but some oil bottles have the level just listed on the side, so you can go by that. This one didn't, so I used a measuring cup. Then close her back up, and she's good to go. You got your oil changed. Go ahead and put the lower fairing back on, and try not to get too frustrated with that. If you found this helpful, go ahead and click like and click the big red subscribe button, or the one here on the screen. And shout out to Ricochet08, another moto vlogger, for sharing one of my videos. I've been getting a lot of views on it. And shout out to Niche Riding for giving me a tip on how to reduce wind noise during my moto vlogs. So go ahead and check out both their channels. They're pretty fun to watch. Thanks for watching.